Welcome students in the class 11th and it's our first class for class 11 and it is topic for chapter number 1, some basic concepts of chemistry. In this chapter we will study about the chemistry, what is it and what is composition, what is its importance for our knowledge, our environment and uh, many regions, and we can explain it there. Science. Systematic knowledge is the science to describe and understand the nature, the environment, and the everything we around us. Various categories of science are chemistry, physics, biology, geography, etc. Now, we have to deal with chemistry, and chemistry is the uh, chemistry related to the property, structure, and reaction of the compounds. Branches are so. Chemistry in ancient time. It has very ancient history and was known as Rasayan Shastra, Tantra, Kriya, Rasvidya. And importance of alkalis were explained in Susupta Samhita. The method to prepare many chemicals like sulfuric acid, nitric acid, oxide of sulfur, sulfates of copper, zinc, and tin are explained in Charak Samhita. Nagarjuna was a great scientist whose work Ratnakar was dealing with the formation of mercury compounds and extraction of metal like gold, silver, tin, and copper. Substances like mercury, sulfides, and so were discovered by Chakrapani. Varahamitra Vrit Samhita gives reference to perfumes and cosmetics. Vedas and Kautilya Arthashastra explain types of liquors and mention ingredients such as bark of plants, stem, flowers, leaves, etc. Acharya Kanad, who born in 600 BC, originally named as the Kashyap, he gave atomic theory for the first time and named Parmanu for the smallest particle. Importance of chemistry. Each and every field in the nature is either chemical or chemistry or its law. Principles of chemistry are applied in diverse areas, weather, functioning of brain, production of chemical industries, fertilizer, alkalis, acids, and so many areas. In other disciplines, chemical principles are helpful in synthesize new materials to design and specific magnetic, electric, and optical properties. Supply of food. It also plays important role in meeting human need for food, carbohydrate, fats, lipids, vitamins, proteins. All these are the chemical substances. Health and sanitation chemistry provides method for the isolation and preparation of healthcare products for improving the quality of life and preparation of the life-saving uh, drugs from natural substances and makes possible synthesis of drugs, etc., sulfur drugs and cancer therapy. AZT used for helping AIDS patients. Saving the environment helps in understanding environment about harmful substances for environment and way to protect it from these substances. Oxides of carbon, nitrogen, sulfur and other pollutants causing acid rain, greenhouse effect, chlorofluorocarbons destroy the ozone. These are all we have to study within the chemistry. In industries, chemistry has helped in establishing industries like acids, alkalis, dyes, polymers, conducting polymers, cement, paper, textile, paint, dyes, etc. Insecticides, fungicides, pesticides, preservatives are also the chemicals. Increase in comfort, pleasure or luxuries help in the increasing in pleasure and luxuries. Transport and communication, fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, CNG, coal are alternative sources of energy and all are chemicals. Application in war, explosive TNT, nitroglycerin, dynamite, etc. are the mustard gas products. So these are the uses of chemistry which plays very important in our life and help us in our environment. What are the challenges for the future generation of chemists for management of the environment? Management of greenhouse effect, methane, carbon dioxide overproduction of which causes serious problems like greenhouse effect and global warming. Understanding of biochemical processes, use of enzymes for large-scale production of chemicals are the challenges for the future generation of the chemist. Now we will study about the matter and its classification. What is that? Mm, Anything which has mass and occupies space is called matter, as iron, copper, water, and air. It is classified on the basis of the physical state, on the basis of the composition of the matter. So we have to study about the matter in this manner. Classification we will study next. Topic is for us classification based on the physical state of matter. Matter can exist in many states: solid, liquid, and gas. Depending upon physical state, solids are particles are held by uh, strong forces close to each other, and there is no much freedom of movement. These are definite volume and definite shape. Liquids. In liquids, particles are close to each other, but they can move around. Liquids have definite volume but do not have definite shape. In gases, the particles are far apart from each other as compared to solids and liquid state, and their movement is easy and fast. Gases have neither definite shape nor definite volume, and these are compressible, and their molecules are having very weak forces of attractions. Solid, liquid, gas. These are the three states, and the arrangement of particles is quite clear in the pictures. In case of solid, particles are closely packed. In case of liquids, particles are having space among them, and these are having free movement more than solid state. And gas case, the particles are present at very large distance, and so the attraction forces are very less. Solid, liquid, gas can be converted into each other. Solids on heating convert into liquids, and liquids on heating convert into gas. On the other hand, in opposite direction, whenever gases are cooled, these convert into liquid, and when liquids are cooled, these convert into solid state. It is due to changes in the forces of interactions, which are strongest in case of the solids and weakest in case of the gases, so convertible to each other as per forces. Classification of matter based on the composition of the matter. One is the pure substance, second is these are two elements and compounds. So pure substances are two. On the other hand, matter classified as mixture, and mixture is classified into two parts, two categories: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. So we have to study the matter on the basis of composition of matter and how these are different from each other. So that is our next point to some understand the matter. Pure form of the matter. Pure form of matter are two: element, compound. Element is the purest form of the matter. It has the same type of particles. Example: nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, sodium, copper, iron, zinc. These cannot be converted into more simple form. On the other hand, compounds are formed by combination of two or more elements in a fixed ratio. And in compounds formation, unique properties of the constituent elements are lost, and these are quite different from the matters from which these are obtained. Examples are water, carbon dioxide, ammonia, glucose, and many other molecules. Mixtures are formed by combination of elements and compounds in any ratio which is not fixed. For example, sand, iron powder, sugar solution, air, these are the examples of the mixture. And these are classified into two categories: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture has uniform composition throughout the mixture, means it is having uniform composition. Air, sugar solution, air is having different type of gases, but these are not visible to us and we cannot identify these separately. Heterogeneous mixture is not having uniform composition throughout the mixture. In one part it is different and in other part it is different. So a mixture of sand, salt and iron powder, and in mixtures, properties of the components are retained and these have their own properties in the mixture. Now, differences in compounds and mixture. Compounds are the substances which are formed by a combination of elements in fixed ratio. Their small particles combine in fixed ratio. And mixtures are formed by mixing elements or compounds in any ratio. So compounds have fixed ratio of constituent elements, but mixture has not fixed ratio of the constituent elements. The compound has different properties than its constituents, but in mixture properties of the constituents are not lost and these can be identified in the mixture. Examples of compounds are H2O, carbon dioxide, water, glucose, sugar, etc. But mixture are salt, sand and camphor mixed in any ratio. So that's all for today.